What up, people? Welcome back to the Nerd Crate. In today's review, a classic, at least for me, Storm Collectibles Scorpion. I finally got him. I showed that you already in Tuesday's little video. Thanks again to my man Jacob Ward from the Storm Hunters UK group. We worked out a very fine deal and I can finally call my own. Also, what I told you, I would get a hairband. So I did that too. Old news, pretty much. This guy is 4 years old. He was released 2016. Like I did a little bit of math with that, you know, because 2018 I got my Ermac and my Shin Akuma. Meaning 2017 we had Reptile and Noob Saibot. So 2016, the first ones of those were Scorpion and Sub-Zero. So 4 years, that's quite a bit, but he held up just fine. And I'm extremely happy to finally have gotten him. Since it's been a while, we've gotten these ninjas on my channel, and he's one of the very first. We will make it a complete run, meaning we start with a box, which is the known Storm Collectibles standard. Of course, it's a little bit roughed up because it's 4 years old, but nevertheless, we have the nice Scorpion profile shot from the front with his visor and Mortal Kombat Scorpion all partially varnished with the Storm Collectibles 2. Ages 17 plus 112 action series rotated to the left. We got Mortal Kombat Scorpion and the continued profile shot on the back. A few action poses showing his skull, his toasty accessory, his spear, and also a little bit of a biography. Hive is the co-developer, again rotated to the left. His full original shot, let's call it like that, with partially varnishing on that. Nothing on the logo and the logo from Storm Collectibles. On the top, Mortal Kombat and the rest of the window box, and below, warning, choking hazards. And the swords and everything is held in there nicely via plastic clamshell, and we got the usual Mortal Kombat dragon inlay in there. So that's all good and fair and very nice. But now let's add in there, because this is not the usual release. I got a little bit of extra there and also did a little bit on my own. So there we go. So here we got them, a lot of stuff with it. And we start with the instructions, which are the usual black and white. Shows you everything you need. Exchange of the head, we will get to that. The hands, toasty fatality stuff, and the spear. Nice enough. Next up we got the usual hands, which are styled nicely. We got the black fist protector with the silver dry brush, and all the fingers are individually sculpted. Nicely done with wrinkles and everything. We got two pair of, stressed posing kung fu hands, chopping hands, softer posing hands, a little bit more flexible, and the gripping hand, which is also of course important. And we additionally got two factory installed fisted hands. They come on this pack, and it can come out. This is a thing that can happen, and the older these guys get, the more they come out. But if you pop them out, you pull the pack out, and you put the rounded side back in, take the desired hand, pop it in, and since it is a gripping hand, you can have it hold his. See? That tends to happen, but that's, like I said, I enjoy this more than being it hard and then breaking. So he can hold his spear just fine. Speaking of spear, he comes with two. One wrapped up, one with a rope. That looks nice. I just showed you how it is attached with blood on the tip and nice metallic paint. Looks even like it's fiddled through there. That's nicely done. And the second is a more stretched out. Same with the styling on the tip. Will you stay? And that one, you just pull down. That where this actually comes in handy, no pun intended. And you put this over, and then it tends to happen more often. You can have his spear shooting out of his hand. Nice enough. Then he comes with two accessories from for the head. One is one actual new head, the skull, and one is his Mortal Kombat 2 visor. And the visor is as simple as it gets. You just take the cloth sculpted visor off and you take this one on. The skull on the other hand is a different deal, we'll get to that, but first for the styling we got beautiful black dry brushing over gray, or gray over black, either way, looks good. Even the anatomically correct lining on the back of the skull, very dark and black and evil looking eye holes here and hinge on the actual jaw, so that's beautiful. All the teeth come through nicely, great detail, ball pack. And so the real intent of course is to just push it down, pull it down, but the thing is all the time the pack comes out. So what you need to do, having a more heavy duty set of pliers ready and then pull this guy out. Best call of action is to put this in the skull then. And then you need to find a slot. You can pull these out, find the actual location, put this kind of scarf back in, find the position, click it in place, and then he has his actual skulled face, which looks nice. And this is where this extra bit comes in. I did a little bit of a extra cowl that he can hold in his face, where I just take the sculpted kind of mask thingy and I cram it in there with this little hole, and then he has an additional color with the mask. Of course it's custom, it's not with the original figure, but that's what I did, and I glued it a little bit more stiff so it can actually even be held by his hand. So when he uses his toasty fatality and has the skull on, then you can have his actual pulled down hood in his hand. I think that turned out quite nice. Sorry, I just like this. And of course, furthermore, when you get this look, you can then have his two flame effects here for the toasty fatality. The idea is, I believe, that it's originally supposed to stand on its own, more or less, in this, but the way it's better is that you put it up any way it's supposed to be, and then you put this flame blast in his mouth, and so he actually, when you pull this more forward, he actually has the flame coming from his mouth. So it's cool, it's very cool, nicely done. Nice translucent flame going from yellow to red here, all translucent, different shades, looks very nice. Same for this, yellow here, getting darker and darker, and then being a little very, very black bulb here at the end. So that's super cool, and it's needed. It's absolutely needed for Scorpion, and nicely done. Finally, an accessory that Jacob sent me with the Scorpion, and that is a, I think it's either it's a Tento or it's a Wakizashi. I don't remember what the shorter one actually is, but with a flame effect, and that is actually done pretty well, I gotta say. I think that looks nice. You can put it out or you can slide it in. So I don't know for how much or for which stuff I would actually use it, but I think the effect is very well done. With the accessories out of the way, let's talk about my man Scorpion here, Hanzo Hasashi. Beautiful. It is just beautiful to finally own him. I know it's yellow, that's maybe weird for some people, it's also not my favorite color, but it's Scorpion, what should I tell you? Just beautifully done by Storm Collectibles. These guys knock it out of the park, and this guy here is no exception. We have a great color with the great proportions overall, just for the guy, you know. From the back also extremely clean. Again, when you squint, even these guys don't really pop into the eyes, so that is nicely. The color comes off a little bit already, but like I said, he's 4 years old, so I'm good with that. Let's get it as close as it can. We have a nice set for the face, set of eyes, surrounded red clear white, looks very nice. Eyebrows, the visor looks very, very cool on here. Nicely done, fits well with the little scarf slash collar thingy on the middle here. The gi overall, nice checkered pattern, goes through to the middle piece, and the belt here with rope holding it all together, and the shin guards here, all nicely done, very nicely done. Okay, the color that's coming off can even be put down as weathering. We will hold it at that. And we got the dry brushing on the gauntlets here also, so that's fine. I think there's not super much weathering going on, but it's all nicely done, and it looks just very, very well, and I think the proportions are amazing. I really think those are amazing. It's a great Scorpion. It's a very, very excellent hybrid of his Mortal Kombat 1 and Mortal Kombat 2 design. I wish these would have been maybe exchangeable, so you can have either only the lower parts here for Mortal Kombat 1 and these for Mortal Kombat 2, but I think it's the best of both worlds. I really think this is the way. This is the way. For articulation, these guys come packed. Great bit down, amazing bit up, a little bit springy, but you can make it work. Attitude, 360. So this is amazing. We got the flex going on, that's nice, with a ab crunch that's very deep. So if you want to have a nice teleport punch kind of thing. You see how easy this works. How easy does this work? I love these guys. Sorry, they grew shortly to become some of the best in the game. The flexible gi really helps. Also, so the arm comes through 360. Arm goes up this far and even further. Then the shoulder joint pops out, but that's no problem. You just pop it back in. Bicep swivel going around. Double jointed elbow gives you almost the full run. These are sculpted a little bit skinnier. Let's call it skinnier. Works fine. And of course, due to the peg, nice range on the hand, going all around, and in whichever way you want to have it, you just situate the ball peg accordingly. Just beautiful. Same for the other side. Waist swivel, of course, with the ball packed ab crunch and everything. One here. Just amazing. Legs, full side split, full front split. Nothing to be desired. The skirt flexes with it. No problems there. Thigh swivel around the universal, of course. Again, double jointed knee, a little bit ugly, but only a little bit. This covers down pretty good. No swivel in there. Some companies do an additional swivel here on the knee area. Ankle pivot, way back, and you can adjust it accordingly to the front. Since it's a ball pack, of course, 360, and also a rocker. Not too deep, but you can make it work. And a toe tilt. So a lot, really, really a lot. Beautiful. Simply beautiful. This is to me the way to do business with these guys. Like soda toys and everything were back in the day for Street Fighter, those were good. Maybe also the old Palisadas Mortal Kombat, I never owned those, but I think those were fine. But otherwise, yeah, for some facts, we lay him down for 117 grams, and since this is a shorter boy, we can use my caliper, and the caliper is maxed out to the middle of the head at 15.5, so 16.5 to the top of the head, 16.5 centimeters, so a good 6 to 7 inches. So for some quick articulation examples, just let's take this head, and super easy, super fun to do the toesy fatality. Just pose his arms a little bit more strained, his legs too, get the ankle pivot in. That was not quite it. Happens to the best. As the amazing, I believe he will have a lot of experience, and then you can have him bent down a little bit more. I believe that's better when you put the flame in there. You have this really cool fatality effect. I think that's looking spectacular. A little bit more I believe you can do out of this, like an actual fireball coming from there, but for that purpose, absolutely ace. And after we put the regular head again back on, also a little bit of show of the amazing possibility for sad roundhouse kick. That toe tilt is a little bit older already now, so it's a little weaker. So we're gonna do it on this one, but it actually works. I tried it. I had him standing for about half an hour. When you do it like this and activate all the articulation that's in there and balance him accordingly and figure out the tolerances, you can have this guy standing on the toe tilt, which is amazing. Let's try how stable this is. It needed a pretty hard hit, but he stood pretty safe. So let's straighten this guy out and have him with his, I believe it was his first opponent in the fan-made Mortal Kombat versus Street Fighter. Here we got Ryu. And he even towers a bit over Scorpion. So these two scales, these two lines, sadly not fitting to each other. But since it's mostly is a Transformers channel, here we got it with a cardboard that is Transform Missions Overheat, and for Optimus Prime sized Transformers fans, Overheat's boss. This is Powertrain from the exact same set, and to show you how massively small he is, 6 scale Ultron Mark 1 from Hot Toys from Avengers Age of Ultron. So yeah, 1/6, 1/12. So that's him, my Grail, Scorpion from Storm Collectibles 112 Action Series Mortal Kombat line. Is he good? I'm a little biased, but of course, yeah, he's good, because this is the ninja style that I love, and that has the beautiful engineering of the beginning from Storm Collectibles with a great toe tilt, you know, with a roundhouse kick, and I think it's amazing. I think it's a great figure. It's a great lineup, and to have finally gotten this, it's really Grail. It's my favorite character from the series. Maybe also partially, I don't know if that's really the case, but I'm a Scorpio as a Zodiac, so he fits quite well. But let's run it down a little bit. The packaging, of course, is the old school way to do business from Storm Collectibles. You got the nice library kind of feel where you can put it inside the shelf where you have your stuff, and it's all looking the same. But there's nothing new to it. Of course, this was, I believe he was, or Sub-Zero was the first. I don't know exactly anymore, but those were the first. So there was a standard established. The appearance overall, what can I tell you? Everything that's needed in here. So that's Scorpion. Accessories too, you saw it. Everything that's needed, and I even have some more stuff that was kind of missing with a little cowl thingy, you know. So what else do you want? With the materials, like some of the packs became a little loose. That is of course the downside with the fist being a little bit soft and the packs being harder. They can become a little wider over time, but it's better than actual breakage, so I don't mind that. The paint applications are put at a point down because apparently we see after 4 years some of the color came down, so I had to paint it over with some permanent marker to look good again, like on the black stripes on the corners, on the edges of the gi, you know. But that's about it. Otherwise those guys held up extremely well. Articulation really pretty much works together with the playability, I gotta say. There's so much you can put out there. I just shot a little bit of an action scene together with Sub-Zero. You kind of have to do that. And of course my surface here, my diorama is a little bit more rough, so it was a little bit harder, but it worked out just fine. So you got a lot of playability, and the engineering with the stiffness of the joints, it gives a lot to it. It really gives a lot to it. So the only thing that's a problem for now is the price. These guys now range on eBay and pretty much everywhere else, like on Facebook groups, wherever you can find them, for 500 to sometimes 600 bucks. You can find collections on eBay where those guys come up to 200, and that's what I paid. I paid 190. So I'm happy to have paid this. This is pretty much a discount from the price now. Originally, the price was superb with 80 bucks. So this is why you see there 2 out of 10 beziehungsweise, or not beziehungsweise, I just wanted to use a German word, or now more fitting a 2 out of 10, and originally was a 10 out of 10. So there's that. Sadly so, but nevertheless, very worth it. But the real question also is, again, what does the woman of the house say? Lily cat, I need your help again. Yes or no? Meh. Not even that guy. Goddamn. Not even my favorite character? Really? It's a hard standing. We will find her niche. I told that with Galagos, you know, we will find her niche, one way down or the other. So with this, I hope you enjoyed. If you need anything more from Storm Collectibles, also this Street Fighter and all the other Mortal Kombat guys, playlist down below. Alright, and until next time, yeah, appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Be good, be well. Bye bye.